Okay, the videos from this point onwards apply only to triple science physics papers. Talk a little bit here about sound waves. So make sure you can use the correct words to describe sound in terms of their pitch and their volume. So pitch is the position of a note on a scale. A high pitch is a high sounding note. And volume is a measure of the energy in a sound wave. A loud noise has a large volume. And we've got to be able to relate those to waveforms, diagrams of waves, like you would get on an oscilloscope trace. So the feature of the wave, which is affected by the volume, is its amplitude. A big amplitude has a louder volume, which you can see in this diagram here. The pitch of a note is determined by the wavelength or the frequency. Remember, a small wavelength means a high frequency, and a high frequency means a high pitch. So in the diagrams, the 5 diagrams in the circles, the highest pitch note shown is in diagram number 5. Diagram number 4 is showing the loudest note. An application of using sound is in echo sounding to measure depths, where we can use information about the speed of the wave to make measurements by using an echo of a sound bouncing off, in this case, the seabed. Humans can hear sounds ranging from 20 hertz, that's 20 vibrations per second, up to 20,000 hertz, but other organisms have different hearing ranges. We call any sound above 20,000 hertz ultrasound. Ultrasound is used to form images, for example, in this prenatal scan, because the sound waves are partially reflected at boundaries between different materials. So in this example, the transducer is producing an ultrasound wave. The machine is measuring the speed at which the sound bounces off different surfaces and making an image out of it. And this method is preferred to something like an X-ray because it's much safer. Sound waves do not ionize DNA. The same technique, the same equipment can also be used to look inside things like metal blocks that are perhaps part of an engine. So this metal block, if you can see on the diagram over here, the pulse that's transmitted and the pulse that is reflected from the back of the metal block are present, but there's 2 other small reflections in here, and that would indicate that there's some air bubbles or some cracks inside the metal block, and that might be a problem.